Hi, my name is Gibson, and I'm the creator of the Personal Development School. This is your daily breakthrough video, and in this video, I want to talk to you a little bit about why you may find yourself having difficulty making a decision as a dismissive avoidant attachment style individual. Hey, I just wanted to jump in here really quick and let you know exciting news, which is that we are launching round 2 of integrated attachment theory coaching training. This is training with me about everything related to attachment styles, reconditioning the subconscious mind, and also includes a full session all about how to build your business, how to produce funnels, how to really up level so that you can work from home, work with clients, have the freedom and flexibility you want to be of service, to contribute after a whole bunch of training, really learning about these tools and tips from the inside out. I'm really excited to be sharing this. We won't be doing this again till literally probably October of next year, 2023. So join now while you can. We're doing this because of popular demand from our last one. Our seats filled up so quickly, and I would love to be able to share this with you. So if you want to learn more and get on the list below, you can click the link in the description box, and we begin this October 5th. I'm going to go through a few key features as to why this happened. So first and foremost, this is a fairly common theme. It's definitely not a theme amongst all dismissive avoidants. In fact, some dismissive avoidants can be very headstrong, very clear, very specific as to what they want. But I would say out of all attachment styles, the individuals I see who tend to have a pattern around really struggling to be indecisive or struggling to be decisive, but who struggle with indecisiveness, are dismissive avoidants. Not by a lot, but by a good bit. So it's worth sort of communicating about and sharing a video around. So what I found to be the case as to why this happens is that dismissive avoidants, first and foremost, tend to be disconnected from their emotions as a survival strategy or adaptation to try to deal with and navigate their environment as children. If there was a lot of neglect, they often felt bad. And then they often had emotional neglect more than anything else. So their emotions were made to feel bad or shameful or defective or unworthy. And so as a result, dismissive avoidants often really push down their relationship to their own emotions. But emotions, neuroscience has actually proven that every single decision we make, and a neuroscientist by the name of Antonio Damasio, emotions are actually driving our decisions. This neuroscientist proved that every single decision we make is actually emotionally based. And then those of us, like dismissive avoidants, who really identify themselves as very logical, rational thinkers, are actually making emotionally based decisions at the tipping point, but then quick to rationalize or justify this decision through logic. And so when you think of it from this perspective, if we are disconnected from our own emotions, and if we're really working to numb and repress them, sometimes we can get confused. Like if feelings are helping us decide and act, then we can, if we're disconnected from that element of ourselves, have a more difficult time defining what it is that we're really feeling and how that's really pushing a decision one way or the other. So it's a big number one reason as to why this takes place. And DAs, as they become more healed and more secure, find that they actually get into better relationship with their emotions, of course, because that's one of the things we work on in PDS to recondition. And as a result, they actually tend to find themselves having a clearer decision-making process where decisions feel easier. And this is a huge feature that drives decision-making. Number 2 is sometimes dismissive avoidants don't trust themselves to recover from a bad decision. So when we make decisions, we can't guarantee that they're always going to be right? Or for the highest potential or highest expression of our lives or ourselves. I mean, we're all going to make mistakes and maybe make the wrong choice at times. But what really matters between people who feel comfortable with that risk and people who don't, there's a few features, but one of the first ones is if you trust yourself to be able to recover and learn the lesson and extract the healing from the choice if it didn't go your way or as planned. And dismissive avoidants tend to struggle a little bit with trusting themselves in that area sometimes. And because they have such a need, this is sort of a secondary part of this, because they have such a high set of needs around comfort and safety and security, what also can take place is they don't want to have anything that really rocks the boat or that shakes, their lives up a little bit. And so because they're really driven towards that, they may not want to make a big decision one way or the other that feels complicated, because if they make the wrong decision, they won't trust themselves to recover if it's shaking up their comfort, security, or sense of safety in their lives. So when you combine these features, all of a sudden you start to see this path that happens, which is, okay, you struggle to feel your emotions, which are driving decisions. And then you also get into a place where you don't want anything uncomfortable or unsafe to happen. And you also don't trust yourself to have to deal with that very well. You really feel aversion to that whole process of feeling uncomfortable or unsafe or out of your comfort zone as a whole. Another big feature that I see that happens quite often, and by the way, if you want to do a deep dive into this work, the best way of working through these things is to work through our somatic processing and nervous system regulation course, which will help you get your nervous system regulated so you'll feel safer in your body, in your life, in your everyday sort of existence. And somatic processing really helps us to regulate our emotions and get back in touch with our emotions. So it's a very powerful tool and a really important part of securely attached individuals and really all attachment styles to become secure. So you can check that out if you're interested. And you can check it out for free for 7 days too, by the way, by using the link in the description below. So what I'll see is dismissive avoidants often get into this sort of dynamic where they also in their childhood, especially if they had sort of a controlling or helicopter type of parent, they may also feel like their decisions were outsourced. So if somebody was controlling in their lives and always kind of made decisions for them, it's almost like they never got that conditioned sort of model for themselves to like make big decisions. So if somebody was always making decisions for you about where you go, what your schedule is, how you spend your time, all these sorts of things, it can cause a dismissive avoidant to be like, well, I'm used to somebody doing this for me. And if I already feel aversion to going out of my comfort zone and to feeling my emotions, and I already sort of repress those things a little bit, and I'm afraid of not having a sense of safety, and I don't trust myself completely. And then I also don't have conditioned patterns for having to make my own decisions around things in my life, then sometimes that decision-making process keeps getting outsourced, or the DA will constantly sort of outsource their decisions to doing whatever is safe and comfortable, but that may not be for the highest expression of themselves as a whole. So these are some big features to pay attention to. Again, this is not all dismissive avoidance. We can have some DAs who are quite good at decision making and who are quite clear, but definitely a portion of DAs tend to really struggle with this. So I thought it was worth mentioning, and I get a few questions about this too. So hopefully this makes sense. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I would really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.